My name is Alex Arriaga. I'm the Director of Veteran Services for the City of Worcester, and I'd like to welcome you all to the Senior Center's Veterans Day celebration. I want to start by saying that I really appreciate being part of this video. It is a great opportunity to be able to reach out to all of you. Here at the City of Worcester Division of Veteran Services, we provide support to residents, not only the veterans, but also their dependents, and assist them with many resources, the ability to pay for some of their medical expenses, living expenses. And we take pride in being able to be of service to the community as a whole. I want to welcome all the veterans that have participated in this video, also all of the veterans that are out in the audience today in the Senior Center and that are watching this. I want to welcome the junior ROTC from Assabet Valley Technical High School and their instructor, retired Sergeant Major Tracy Lynch. Let's talk a little bit about Veterans Day. Veterans Day is not like Memorial Day. Memorial Day is really a day of honoring, remembering, in solemn reflection those who have passed, those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. Veterans Day, unlike Memorial Day, though, is a day in which we celebrate all of those veterans that are living today. Yes, we honor those who have passed, but we celebrate all veterans. And in that regard, they're very different. Veterans Day originally was called Armistice Day. This was after World War I, when the day was dedicated to the cause of world peace. This day was later recorded and signed into law as Veterans Day to honor those who have served in all the different conflicts throughout the nation's history. And now I'd like to welcome Junior ROTC of Assabet Valley Technical High School and their Marine instructor, retired Sergeant Major Tracy Lynch. His diverse 30-year career includes assignments in the infantry, security forces, recruiting duty, formal instructor duty, instructor duty for the reserve establishment, and serving jointly with coalition and multinational special forces. Among his personal awards are 2 Bronze Stars and 2 Purple Hearts. Sergeant Major Tracy Lynch retired in 2016 and was hired as a Marine instructor at the Assabet Valley Technical High School. And now I'd like to introduce Phil Medayo. He is the president of the board at the Massachusetts Vietnam Veterans Memorial at Green Hill Park. He is the commander of the Vernon Hill Post 435, and he serves in the Worcester Veterans Council and is the treasurer of the Vietnam Veterans for the Community. Among his decorations are a Silver Star, a Bronze Star, and a Purple Heart.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now I'd like to introduce Worcester Police Officer Sean Lovely. Sean Lovely is a staple of the veteran community in the city of Worcester and is always there to serve. He is the man behind the City of Worcester's Veterans Square project. To learn more about the history of all of the veterans that are in these squares throughout the city of Worcester, you can go to the website, which is www.worcvs.org. Today, we'll go over 3 of the squares out of the 237 in the city. These are the Brosnahan Square, Grabowski Square, and Kelly Square.
I'm Raymond Samko, sometimes known as the Ray of Sunshine. I'm a past commander at the Vernon Hill American Legion Post at 267 Providence Street in Worcester, currently serving as the post adjutant. The American Legion is the largest veterans organization in the United States, and we always help to serve the veterans and those in current military service. The post I belong to is at 267 Providence Street. If you're a veteran, the son or the grandson of a veteran, you're more than welcome to join the Legion or the Sons of the Legion or the American Legion Auxiliary if you're the wife or the daughter of a veteran. I was drafted in 1968, so I served and then I took a 3rd year, so I served in the United States Army from 1968 to 1971. After training and going to electronics school at Redstone Arsenal, Alabama, I was assigned to Germany for 2 years to fix Hawk continuous wave radar repair and maintenance. This is the intersection of Brosnahan Square. It used to be the intersection of Cambridge, Melbury, Harding, Whitney, Diamond, and the I-290 ramps, but of course there's been a lot of construction here. This square is named for Private John Francis Brosnahan, who was born in 1895 to Irish immigrants Patrick and Mary Fleming Brosnahan on December 8th, 1893. But Massachusetts vital records list his birth year as 1895. John enlisted in the Massachusetts National Guard in 1916. With his National Guard military card listing his enlistment date as January 26th, but his Mexican Border Service card listing his enlistment as June 19th, with a muster-in date of June 26th. Regardless, John served in Battery B of the 1st Field Artillery until November 4th, 1916, when he mustered out, after which time he returned to Worcester. After the United States declared war on Germany, John reported for duty on July 26, 1917, and mustered in on August 9th with Battery B, 2nd Field Artillery, Massachusetts National Guard. which was a part of the 102nd Field Artillery 26th Division. He arrived in France in late September and was involved in many engagements, including the Second Battle of the Marne, Saint-Mihiel, and in the defensive sectors of Meuse-Argonne, Champagne-Marne, and Aise-Marne. General Order number 748-C, dated May 29, 1918, awarded John the French Croix de Guerre with Gilt Star with the following citation: "Very brave and cool soldier. He displayed devotion in repairing the telephone communications during several hours in a region especially beaten by a volley of artillery fire." He died on October 14, 1918, at the age of 22 in the field of line of service in Lorraine, France. And he's buried at the Meuse-Argonne American Cemetery and Memorial in Lorraine, France. Plot B, row 32, grave 20.
We're here at the monument for Joseph W. Grabowski. Joseph W. Grabowski was born in Russian Poland in January 1898 to Pauline and Anthony Grabowski. In 1906, his family emigrated to the United States, except for his father, who died before that time. Joseph lived with his mother, his sisters, Mary and Anastasia, known as Stasia, and brother Stanley in Worcester. He worked at the Baldwin Chain Company plant before the war. On August 15, 1917, Joseph enlisted at Camp Curtis Guild in East Boxford, Massachusetts. He served in the Battery B of the 102nd Field Artillery, 26th Division, and went overseas on September 22, 1917. He fought in several engagements, including Champagne-Marne, Marne, defense sector of Saint-Mihiel, Seicheprey, Zivray, Second Battle of the Marne, and the Saint-Mihiel offensive. Joseph Grabowski died in France from wounds he received in action at the Saint-Mihiel offensive on October 15, 1918. His remains were returned to the United States on the ship the Wheaton in 1921. He is remembered by a large monument square in Worcester on Washington and Harding Street under the spelling Joseph W. Grabowski.
First of all, I want to thank everyone that came here today to celebrate Sergeant Cornelius Kelly. I want to thank the folks that in the Canal District and members of our community that continually every year remember Cornelius Kelly and everything that he had done. Cornelius Kelly, as I'll go through, will actually explain that he was a war hero and he means a lot to not only the city of Worcester but the Canal District itself. Cornelius Kelly, born in 1887, later as a young man in the area, born of a poor family, worked the neighborhood, worked the store up on Cohasset Avenue as a child growing up. In 1915, he enlisted into the Army National Guard here in the city of Worcester. They were known as the 26th Infantry. It was Battery B. In 1916, Battery B was deployed down to the Mexican border where they were trained for years with other National Guard units. In 1917, these units came together and formed the Yankee Division as we know it today. The Yankee Division itself was the very first full regiment to go overseas, working with the French to fight the Germans. So not only was it just Cornelius Kelly, the entire Yankee Division, in my heart and mind, were heroes. They were the first ones there in World War I to fight. During 1918, this is where Cornelius Kelly really and truly became a hero. In March of 1918, Cornelius knew the importance of telecommunications. While fighting with the Germans, some artillery took out the telecommunications line. He went out into the fire and repaired these lines. The importance of these lines was not just for communication, it was actually so that the command center could actually inform the gunners where to point the guns. He was extremely successful. He did it. He repaired the communications, went back, and he was a gunner, and the war proceeded, saving his platoon. Later that year, sad to say, Cornelius Kelly took some shrapnel on October 11th, and 2 days later, from an infection, passed away. But we are here today to remember everything that Cornelius has done for the United States. He was awarded the Silver Star from the U.S. Prior to that. The French, I'm going to have to read this one because the Croix de Garrett is a medal that is given one of the highest honors you can receive from the French embassy for his bravery and heroism. So again, Cornelius Kelly, we named a square after him, which is, I'm sorry, we did because it was way before but a square was named after him. And the irony of today is it's a new square. But we never forgot the history, and we will never forget the history of what Cornelius Kelly and other gentlemen from Worcester did for the United States of America in World War I. So I salute them.
Well, it means that at one time in my life, I gave up some of my time to serve our country. And I was a combat veteran, so I almost gave up my life to serve my country because I served with guys who did give up their lives to serve for their country. I think about all the guys that I served with that who've passed. Not only got killed in combat, but I got a couple of buddies who just passed away with cancer and stuff, which they got because they doused us with Agent Orange. You know, you watch these shows and you see the people, but you really don't know what it is until you've really been there in a combat situation where you've been ambushed, you ambushed them. And like one time we got attacked by 2,500, there was 200 of us. So it was a pretty good night and a half the day. So, but it was a little dangerous, but it's part of the thing. When you sign that paper, when you sign that dotted line, you put your hand up and you say, I will defend the United States of America against any foreign and domestic. So, but that's it. Well, the first one here is the third highest medal you can receive. That's a Silver Star. You have the Medal of Honor and the DSCs for the different Navy, Air Force, Marines, Army. And the next one is the Bronze Star, which was like, I think it's the 4th or 5th. And I received 2, not for valor, but for meritorious achievement. Then the Purple Heart, I got hit the second week I was there. I got hit in the head with mortar shrapnel, so I received that. And this one I think is, I couldn't believe I got this. That's a good conduct medal, because I was not, I mean, I was a good guy, but. And then the rest is Vietnam service medals, national defense, and so on and so forth. You know, and like this up here, we really enjoy bringing the kids up here. You know, some of them ask good questions, some a little too young. One kid asked me to come up here, he said, how many times did you get killed over there? What we have is, we do these stations, one here, one group here, one group there, one group down there. And we usually have 6 vets, maybe more, and they ask questions, and we tell them, you know. I tell them sometimes, and the teachers look a little shocked. but you know, I tell them the truth. That's it, you know. Well, I'll probably be up here having a little ceremony, you know, because we can't do really think anything too big, but we will come up, a group. I got a group, Vietnam Veterans for the Community, and we come up here and we'll do a little ceremony. Because I don't want them to forget the people who gave up their lives for this country. So you could do what you want to do. Go to school, do this, do that, go on vacation. Actually, Veterans Day is for us, the living veterans. Memorial Day is for those who gave their lives. But we come up here, we remember those who gave their life, and you know, ourselves, because it is a day.
And now I'd like to introduce Betty Benoit. She is a Life Associate Member of the Military Order of the Purple Heart, ROTC and Junior ROTC Coordinator, who will read the poem, Heroes Don't Wear Capes.
Good morning. Heroes don't wear capes. They don't run faster than speeding light or fly above the clouds. They wear their hearts on their sleeves, shields in their wallets, citations on their walls, letters from government officials thanking them for their service and sacrifice. They have scars on their bodies and broken hearts with thoughts of yesterday. Their memories are kept in a vault, and only they have the key that unlocks it. A past is revealed with words like duty, honor, brotherhood, and country. Heroes are not invincible or immortal. They have fears like the rest of us, but just overlook them in the face of adversity. They consider their personal safety second. They save lives without thinking twice about their own. Heroes cry hard, live life fully, and love the most. They can't forget and don't want to remember. They wear the burdens of their courage on their shoulders, so heavy a load it could crumble the tallest building. We all know a hero. They are our fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, husbands, and wives. They live among us to protect, to care for. Heroes have sacrificed plenty and get little in return. They ask for nothing. It is just in their nature to be brave, courageous, to rise to the occasion and overcome. They are the few, a race of man that is endangered, a dying breed. We must never forget them, who they are, what they have done. These are the saviors of humanity, and for that we owe them a debt that could never be paid. These are the men and women whom we honor today.
like to thank you all for joining us today in the 2020 Worcester Senior Center Veterans Day celebration. I hope you have a great Veterans Day, and I'd like to remind you all as well that the Worcester Veterans Services Division is here to provide services to veterans and their dependents in their time of need. If you have any questions, please reach out. You can find our information on the web. To all you veterans, thank you for your service. Please take some time today and recognize the veterans in our community.
While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair, as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with gold. God bless America, my own sweet